Hello and welcome to another video by Asup Inc. My name is Weldon Trantham and I will be your host on this journey. In today's video, we're going to be telling a story. So I know I said we'd be telling stories, but what I really meant is I'm going to tell you a story and you're going to tell me if it's true or completely fabricated. At one point after I tell the story, I'm going to pause the video, give you a chance to make up your mind, and if you want to leave a comment below about it and let me know whether you think it's a true or false story, just leave me a comment before you finish the video, and then finish the video to find out for yourself. Alright, so we're going to get started. The story begins in 1949. A teenage boy is visited by his aunt, who happened to be a spiritualist. She brings with her a Ouija board. Now, at the time, the parent didn't think there was anything harmful with the boy playing with the Ouija board, and the aunt was going to be there to show him everything. So they let it happen. And the aunt and the boy they were on this Ouija board for, a few hours before they finally finished up and the aunt went home. Well, of course, the boy was completely intrigued by it because, what's not to be intrigued by trying to talk to ghosts and the other side? So he was also really close with his aunt, and this was just kind of a bonding moment for him. Well, after the aunt returned home, about a month or so goes by, and the aunt passes away unexpectedly. The boy, of course, is just broken. He's completely sad at the loss of his aunt, which, and also this was the first time he had lost anybody close to him, so he was completely down. Well, shortly after the aunt passed away, the parents started noticing sounds in the house. They heard footsteps, they heard water dripping, and they couldn't find an explanation for any of it. They actually called somebody out to check for pests, and they couldn't find any pest. So the parent just didn't know what to chalk it up to, and finally one day they go in and they start hearing loud banging from walls, and of course this is freaking them out and they don't know what to do about it. Later on, they start noticing things happening in their boy's room. Well, they go up to his room and they notice that chairs are being moved around by unseen forces. The bed starts to shake on its own, and the parents are thinking this is some sort of paranormal activity. Contact their Lutheran priest. The Lutheran priest comes out, gives it a look, and tells them that they need to contact a Catholic priest. Well, the Catholic priest comes in, sits with the boy, starts, watching, checking out everything, and they notice that scratch marks begin to appear on the boy. So the priest decides that the boy is possessed, and he reaches out to seek permission to do the priest seeks permission to perform an exorcism. He thinks the boy is possessed. So as the priest actually is granted permission to perform the exorcism, but is ordered to record everything that happened during the exorcism. So he brings in another priest to just pretty much write down and witness everything that's going on. Um, he begins to perform the exorcism, and of course, when it first starts up, the boys fighting with him. The priests are having to hold him down, and throughout the whole thing, it's just exhausting. It gets to the point where the parents, and sorry, this goes on for a few days. It gets to the point where the parents are tired of seeing they're in pain. They can't see their boy like this anymore. And they ask the priest for, what should we do? The priest actually makes a suggestion that they move the boy to a Catholic hospital so they can continue performing the exorcism. So the boy is moved to a Catholic hospital. The exorcism continues every night. And every night, the boy is screaming at the priest. He's cussing at them. He's hitting them. And actually, on several occasions, stood up and began urinating on the priest and on the ground around him. This went on for several days. And after the 16th day, the priest, the main one in charge of the exorcism, asked the boy, have you ever been baptized? And the boy tells him, no, I have not. So the priest decides that he is going to start baptizing the boy. And on the 17th day, he began to baptize the boy, and the boy asked for a pen or a pencil and a paper. The boy writes down, I am the devil, and I will give you a sign in 10 days. Priest not wanting to converse with the devil because according to the rituals, they're not supposed to carry on a conversation with the devil. So 10 days later, after continuing to perform a baptism every night, on the 27th day, they begin to come in and do the ritual. And as they start to do the ritual, the boy has exit carved into his chest from an unseen force. Of course, freaking out the priest, they continue to do the ritual. And at one point, the boy looks up and says that, I am St. Michael's, and I command you, devil, leave this body. Shortly after that, everything calmed down. Went back to normal. Like, the boy wasn't fighting. He even said that while this was going on, he saw an image in his head of the devil and an angel fighting, and the devil receded back into the fire. So at that point, he looked at the priest and he said, it's over. He's gone. The priest released the boy back to his family, and the boy lives a relatively normal life after that. So, is it a true story? Or am I just making things up? I'll give you a second to think about it. This is a true story that inspired the book, The Exorcist. Pretty crazy, right? Of course, The Exorcism took a few liberties in order to make it more appealing to the audience, but overall, that's still a pretty crazy story. And I don't know, anything to do with exorcisms and demon possessions always really creep me out. And I'm, being a paranormal investigator now for almost 10 years, And that's still the only thing when it comes to paranormal that frighten me, is when it comes to demons, and I can deal with just about everything else. I've had things move in my room. I've seen shadow figures walk by my door. I've had all sorts of crazy things happen. Don't really scare me. But when it comes to demons, possessions, not my cup of tea. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to hit the like button, subscribe button, leave me a comment down below. Please check out our website at www.asupinc.org. If you or anybody in your family has anything going on, you want us to check it out, please visit our website. If you would like to become a member of Asup or donate to Asup, please visit our website. And remember, some true stories are a little bit scarier than fiction. Have a good one.